Hi guys, welcome to a very, very rainy UK. Ozzy's got his new coat on. It's a red fleece, he'll be modelling it. But all you can see is his little bemoli at present. Come on Oz. Ah yeah, just have a little wee there. Here he comes, look at this, check out this fleece. He's not happy at all. Doesn't like the red colour. But it means we can see him from afar, so it's safe. So anyway, God, it's cold. I'm a bit lost as to what's happening on the old AD fantasy channel over there. I hear everyone's scarpered. So Blair scarpered through fear. Chrissy scarpered and taken all the manuscript with her. Who'd have thunk it? Who would have thunk that people would just sort of leave and not be able to finish their own story over on the AD channel? Amazing. So anyway, he did do a video today entitled Let AD Open Your Mind. Now with that title, the thought of AD opening anything, of anyone's, makes me want to eat something slightly crispy so that I can force down what's actually coming up at the thought of that reality. But by and by I digress. He's convinced still that CW had help. Now I'm lost. Blair's gone, but AD says that Chris Watts is communicating through him directly now, to him directly. But then he said he's not doing it directly, it's through Blair. But Blair isn't around. So who are the emails coming from? It's all very confusing. It's the same confusion as when AD says, I don't do content about other creators, but the last few months have been entirely about this woman, Chris. It's just astonishing. The channel now, it's just got to the point of I just watch it and go, that's about all my face does now, because I still can't believe that this person actually is trying to be kosher. And I love the fact that he thinks he's going to go to mainstream media. He's not going to go to mainstream media. Ridiculous. He can't even speak. You don't want someone on mainstream media going, we went to the Virginials and then basically we went and Dr. Brumeri went and he done that, didn't he? He done that, right, I've done that, I think I've solved that, right, what do you think? Yeah, I thought I'd do really well. His jaw moves, but nothing else sort of moves within it, have you noticed? His jaw goes, but there's actually no articulation there whatsoever. His mouth doesn't make other shapes, just this one. Anyway, who am I to talk about looks? So weird things are going on in the crime community at the moment, and everyone is calling the police on everyone else now, or threatening to call the police or talking about the police. Everyone's getting very aggressive with everyone else. And I just wanted to point out that if you are doing a live and you're then threatening to call the police, just call the police if you really feel that you're being threatened. If you really feel that someone is harassing you, you've got to call the police. If not, if it's a spat, please sort it out, because what that does is it makes people who are really getting harassed, it kind of negates what they're doing, and they really are in trouble. And so if you have a spat with someone and you're just sort of throwing around the police and this and that and the other and then challenging them to come up on your live and face them, then that's probably doable. You know, it's probably something where you can sort things out. It's probably between you both. My situation, it wasn't between us. It was one person stalking another and harassing another. And it was very different. There was no way I would want to be up in the same room as that person or in the same arena, same area, anywhere. So it was very different. I had to call the police. There was no other thing to do because it was getting worse and worse and worse and worse and really affecting my life. There was no way to sort that out on a panel because the person has clear issues. So the police help was the only thing that I could do. So I just wanted as a side note to say let's just take a breath in this community. Everyone is getting really, really hard at each other, and I don't know whether it's because, you know, we're all at home more. In the UK, we're in complete lockdown. You know, there isn't really much we can do. There's nothing we can do. We're stuck inside, and obviously we want this sort of outlet, which is good. It's natural. But what's happening is that everyone is starting to harass and abuse other people. I see it all the way through this community, and I watch a lot of people, and I spend a lot of time watching and just listening and noticing. And It's happening everywhere. Someone is harassing someone else for something. Why? Why would you harass someone else online? Everyone says it's because, they have nothing better to do, or they're jealous, or there's an issue going on, but it's got to be deeper than that. For you to sit there and harass someone that you don't know online, there's got to be something, a deeper issue, right? There's got to be, because even being jealous of that person or not liking that person doesn't justify what's happening at the moment. I mean, there are people that literally despise me for some reason, and I've never done anything to these people, and all I do is put my face on camera and make some silly content, and then some ones about AD, because I believe what he's doing is completely wrong. I'm just wondering, what do you think it is? What is it that's happening in people's heads that they find it fun to harass someone else, or to say bad things about someone else, or to try to get into someone else's real life? What is going on there? Because it's almost, these people very, very rarely have their face on camera. Most of the time, it seems to me, their entire purpose of creating a channel was to kind of leave crappy comments about creators. And everyone is different. And what's great about YouTube is that there are so many different channels. And if you don't like one channel, you can go to another channel. As long as that channel isn't doing society damage and people damage, which AD channel is, then you don't have to watch that channel. If you don't like someone's content, if you don't like the fact that they're sitting there talking about their day, don't watch it. Go and find something else. If you don't like someone showing you their food, or a big haul that they've bought, or this or that or the other, you just watch someone else. There's no reason to completely harass them and sort of focus all your negative energy on them. There's always got to be a positive spin on a social media platform. This is a platform that we have access to that society has never had. Never had. The technological growth in my lifetime is unbelievable. I mean, I remember when a friend of mine came to me, remember I was at Soho House a few years ago, a long time ago now, and he brought out this thing, this sort of flat thing, and I had one of my Flare Plus phones, with a and it was a massive thing. And then a friend brought out an iPod, and he said, "Oh, by the way, this is a new thing. I've got my music on here." And I was like, "Oh, ridiculous!" And he played it to me, and I cried. I said, "There's no way all of your music can be." I still had my earphones and my CD players that I used to slot in to do every class to. And then he brought out, he was always the first one that had everything. He brought out a smartphone, and he said, "What should we do now? I know, let's see if this restaurant is open." And he picked up his phone and he typed something, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Oh, this can show me if the place is open. It's a map as well." And I was like, and again, I cried. I could not believe they'd fit all this information on this little thing. And then with that grew social media. Grew, Facebook, YouTube, we all know. And it's the first time we've had this. It's the first time we've been given this gift to be able to communicate with the world like we never have in our lives, so that people who never have a say, who never are able to express themselves, or who never get heard, can speak or create or show things or teach people. I mean, the information that you can get literally at your fingertips is unbelievable. I mean, do you remember, depending on how old you are, Yellow Pages? Searching through those, or directory inquiries, or took so long to do anything. Now it's so fast. But what that's done, it's changed us neurologically. Not so much my generation, but the younger generation as well. That we want everything fast, we want everything instant, and we want everything our own way. Because we control, in games we control, in social media we control the computer. Yet what we get, when we get back something that's undesired, or that we can't control, or is unexpected, because we're so not used to dealing with conflict resolution now, everybody freaks out. It becomes a sort of pathological reaction that can't be stopped. And the reaction is big, especially from social media, especially that you don't know that person or that situation. It's not really in front of you, and you get an instant, a very, very primal reaction, and therefore an instant action with that, an instant reaction to what's happening. Oh, poor Ozzy, look, he's standing over there in the... Ozzy, come here. Come here. Oh, look, he's all slow. A rainy little dog. Oh, life is awful for him. So we have this reaction. I think that's what's happening. Especially the true crime community is full of people who are very sensitive, who take an interest in the more extreme parts of life or the darker parts of life. Lots of the people in this community have problems. And what's happened is that in social media, the problems that people have, they accidentally jump onto this communication, and then it's already out there and it can't be sort of stopped. There's been a sort of moment between action and consequence that's sort of been delayed or stopped now, and it goes right into, oh God, this thing is, and then you write something about it and it's gone, it's out there. You've already started another chain reaction to someone else. And it seems that this is happening more and more and more. People can't seem to just take a judgment call and think about things first and then post something or do something in reaction. I don't believe that people act like they do in real life than they do on social media. They can't, because most of them would be arrested. But yet, why is it happening, especially on YouTube? YouTube has become a very verbally violent, a very intrusive place. If you put your face on camera, and it feels like people have an immediate reaction, and then they don't stop to think how to process it quickly, how to process it. You know, because it takes time, and nobody has any time anymore, even though we're all stuck at home. No time. We want to do it fast. You know, the rush that you get from already having your card details in Amazon. You go, boo, you've bought it. There's a slight rush that happens. And I'm just wondering if that rush happens from connecting to someone socially at the same time. When you're in an argument with someone, or you're having banter with someone over social media, it does give you a little buzz, some people. I get it from good communication, and I don't really get it that much because I prefer to have somebody in front of me. I hate the telephone. I hate communicating digitally because I get agitated. It just doesn't feel natural to me. I love social media though. That's why I like videos. I like to be alive and speak with my face on camera. So I'm just wondering if this instant reaction isn't helping this community at all, that it's gone beyond that now, and the darkness inside people seems to be being normalized when it's absolutely not. It's not normal, and it's not helpful in society to get absolutely wasted and then say what you really think in that wasted point of time, not at a sober point in time, to then unleash the Gorgon at other people. It's not. You can delete it the next day, but why do it in the first place? Why make snidey comments about people you don't know? Why try to pick at things? Why have a go at one creator all the time if that creator isn't doing any harm to anyone? I'd love to know, and it would take a ballsy person to do this, but if you have been involved in something where you've tried to stir up trouble for someone, or you've had a go at someone needlessly and you caught yourself and you went, actually, I'm going to stop doing this, I'd be really interested to know, because I'd love to know what triggered you in the first place for that person. It's very interesting because obviously once this phone goes down, once we put social media down, we have to give ourselves that break and go back to our normal life. Because if you split your mind half and half, you cannot be present in your own life. You can't be there for your friends. You can't be there for your family. You're not living your true flow in life, because half of your brain is thinking about what that person said to you an hour ago on social media. It eats away at you. It eats away. And there's got to be a more positive spin we can put on this means of communication that we've never had. What's the answer? Is it to register, and you have to register with YouTube to a certain account, blah, blah, blah. Will that stop people cloning and messing about and ducking and diving? It's always going to happen. It's always going to happen. It happens in life, but it's just been magnified in social media. And everyone is arguing. Everyone is unhappy. And is this what we wanted? Is this what we're stuck with? Is this the way you want to be in your life? Is it? And it takes time to answer that question, and we have to take a step back. So if you feel like you're right in the eye of the volcano at the moment, take a step back. Look at something or someone you love. Still standing there. And there'll be a slight shift. You will have broken the tie with that person that you don't even know, and you don't know what their real intentions were. And you would have built a different neurological pathway back to love, back to what's important to you. And it's a practice. And it's not always perfect. But it might be a way to change what's happening, and social media getting steadily more and more negative, and maybe shine a bit of a light on that, and so we can change it. Let me know your thoughts, guys, before I ramble on too long, because I'm very passionate about this. And it's cold, and I've got to take that poor doggy back. Let me know how you are, guys, and I hope you have a good day.